Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to cable without a cable needle. I have a small swatch with 3 cables, 8 stitch cables actually, and all of them feature the left turn or left crossing or the front turn or front crossing, which means that as you can see, the half of the stitches of those cables they turn to the left, okay? And why is it called a front turn? Because this half that's turned to the left goes to the front of your work when you're working the cable cross, okay? So this half would go to the cable needle in the front of your work. Before I start, I want to count if I have worked enough rows, okay? And my cable should be crossing in every 10th row, so I'm going to check it. As you can see here, this one stitch is a bit longer than the rest of the stitches. This means that this stitch here, if I can put my finger, this stitch shows me that this is where the last cable crossing was, okay? And I count my stitches starting with the next one, not with the long stitch, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have worked 10 rows and I can cross my cable right now. So I'm taking the needle and I begin the edge stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now I have a column of purls, so I purl 2 stitches. And now I want to cross this cable. I have 8 stitches, which means that half of the stitches are going to go to the cable needle and half are going to remain here on the needle and will be worked from the main needle. Since this is a front crossing, it means that the first half of the stitches, those four, they have to go to the front of work. I don't have my cable needle, so I'm going to slip them in the front of my work, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I slip them without working to my right hand needle with the yarn in the back, so they are in the front of work. Now I'm going to work the other half straight from the main needle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is my cable. It looks like that right now. So I have 4 stitches here that are still on the right hand needle. They haven't been worked by me, and I have 4 stitches here on the left that have been worked by me. They have been knit. And what do I do now? Now I take my left hand needle, I insert it here in those 4 stitches in the front, right? I put it here inside those stitches in the loops, and I'm going to slip all the cable stitches off the right hand needle, okay, carefully. So I hold my work here so nothing gets dropped here to the bottom. I hold my work here and slowly I take out my right hand needle out of the cable. So it looks like that. Here, right hand needle, the last stitch I have is a purl, okay? And I have the cable here and I'm holding it in my left hand. Now, I insert my right hand needle into the stitches that are behind the left hand needle. I put the needle here and now my stitches look like that. Okay, so as you can see, the stitches that have been worked by me, they are now on the right hand needle properly, and those that are going to be crossed in the front, they haven't been worked yet, okay, but they are here on the left hand needle ready to be knit. So I do the turning and now I work them as if from cable needle. And that's it. So here is my cable, it's ready, okay? And I have crossed all the stitches, all the cable to the left. Now I work 2 purls. Now I'm going to turn. I want to show you how to do the turn in the opposite direction. The other turn is going to be called, of course, the right turn or the back turn, which means that the stitches that would normally go on cable needle, they will have to be put into the back of work. That's why it's called the back turn. And the cable is going to be turning to the right. Okay, so that's the second name, the right turn. So if I want to move those 4 stitches to the back. I would normally put them on the cable needle, but I don't have it here. So it means that I here put my yarn, my working yarn, into the front, and again I slip the stitches of left hand needle into the back, right? So it's going to be crossed like that. And I work the remaining 4 stitches, and my cable looks like that right now. So I have here a strand of yarn in the front of work. I have the 4 stitches that haven't been worked and I have to do something with them, and the 4 stitches that are already here in the cable. So now I do the same thing. I have to slip the stitches of the right hand needle carefully. So I put my yarn, my left hand, not yarn, the needle, my left hand needle, I put it in here into the stitches, right? And I hold everything again tightly, and I take out my right hand needle out of the stitches. And again, it looks like that. As you can see, well, I stopped holding it tightly and nothing is falling off, so really don't worry, okay? Even if you drop a stitch, okay, so nothing bad will happen. Don't worry, you will not rip off the whole work. And now it looks like that. So I have this half of the stitches here in the front and the half of the stitches in the back. So now I twist the stitches and I work the other half of the cable, and voila. Well, it looks like a mistake, which is actually really good because I want to show you in a second how to correct mistakes. But here I have my cable turning to the left, and it's been turned without a cable needle, and this one turning to the right. I'm going to make the correct cable right now. The third one is going to be the correct one, okay? So I'm going to show you again how to do the left turn without a cable needle. So again, I slip the stitches 1, 2, 3, 4 with the yarn in the back. I work them. I hold my work. I insert the needle in here. Hold it, take out the right hand needle and insert it in the back, and voila. Now 2 pearls and 3 knits for the garter edge. And that's it. As you can see, this is it. Here the cable is turning to the left, and this one is turning to the right, which I'm going to show you how to repair in a while. Thank you.